Alright, so today we're going to go over a prompt that's extremely useful if you're trying to create a new digital product, but more specifically if you're trying to create a free product in order to basically generate leads. This is what we would call a lead magnet, and this prompt is to help you design that and actually create something that can convert. So as we see here, this is the prompt. You can get it from the description of the video or the pinned comment. It's extremely beginner friendly and ready to use from just copying it. So you can copy it, hit paste in ChatGPT and simply click enter. But as you can see here, it says you are my lead magnet builder. Your job is to create a freebie people actually want, plus the opt-in page, copy, and the email welcome sequence that converts subscribers into buyers. The core rule, basically this is another portion. I'm not going to go over every aspect of this. You guys can change things if you like, but the whole purpose is to basically help us create a free product. Now, after hitting enter, as you can see here, it's going to start asking us a series of questions, like most of the prompts that we discuss on this channel do. So what I'm going to do is go ahead and answer these intake questions really quickly, and then we'll go over them one by one super quick. That way I'm not spending the entire video going through the process of answering each of them. So I will be right back. So I went ahead and answered all of the intake questions, and this is basically what we got from it. So we're going to go over this super quickly. Now, as you can see here, it gave us quite a bit of stuff. So I'm going all the way back up. And as you can see, this is how it basically looked for the intake question. So it asked us, what niche is the lead magnet for? I said for anxiety recovery, keeping the same theme as a few of our other videos. Then it asks, who is the ideal subscriber? I said beginner to intermediate anxiety sufferer, a sufferer trying to recover. Then it asks, what is the #1 painful problem they want solved right now? Now take note, I'm answering these questions extremely generally. When you answer them, it is best to answer as descriptively as possible and as much detail as possible. That way ChatGPT understands what you're trying to accomplish, and it can give you the best results possible from this prompt. So I'm just answering super generally. I'm giving the same answers that I had in another prompt where we basically went through a similar series of questions, and I'm just producing something that, like is just super general just to see what it produces for us. So as we see here, what is the #1 painful problem they want solved right now? It asks to have hope and feel a bit better or have guidance. Then it asks, what quick win can you give them in 5 to 15 minutes? I just had to help them understand what's happening and that it doesn't need to be permanent. Then it asks for us to choose a format, so you can select one of these that they offer, or you can come up with your own if you have a preference. But it gives us an idea of what we can utilize as the free product. So it gives us a prompts pack, if it's AI related, a 3-day email mini course, templates, PDF mini guide, or a checklist. But if you want, you can even, instead of doing this, you can say, is there any other options here? That would be another option if you aren't happy with any of these selections, and it'll help you come up with something that's more fitting to you. Then we go to what platform will deliver it. Then it gives you a bunch of examples. I went ahead and said Gumroad, but you can always ask it to do it for you. Say, I'm not sure, pick for me, help me choose. Then you can go to the next question. You see, what do you want to sell after? Because the whole purpose of a lead magnet is to generate an email list or get information from people so that you can utilize that information later to sell some sort of product. So in this case, I said, I'm not there yet, but probably a guide. Then we see, what tone do you want? I went ahead and said calm and friendly. Try to match it with whatever it is your actual tone is. Any constraints? I just said no medical claims, but obviously align that with whatever you're selling or what you would like to be selling in the future. Then we see here, what is your traffic source? And I just said all short form content. Now it has enough information to actually go ahead and help us create this product. So now it says lead magnet concept, which is essentially a short PDF mini guide it's recommending that helps anxiety sufferers understand why anxiety can feel so scary, why feeling stuck does not mean they are broken, and what to gently focus on next. Then it gives us a series of options that we can select from for the name. It selects You're Not Broken, a calm anxiety recovery guide. Then it goes to the actual lead magnet content. So it actually provides us with the content that we can utilize. So as we see here, a simple guide for understanding what may be happening, why it feels so scary, and what to focus on next. With a disclaimer, a start here, it goes and actually gives us some content we can use, and is pretty much creating the guide for us without us even lifting a finger. Now take note, I would recommend probably writing this more in your tone, making some adjustments so it sounds less ChatGPT-like, or even taking this whole thing and throwing it into another one of our prompts where we make ChatGPT sound more human. Regardless, you just don't want to be throwing it into a product where it sounds super AI-like, because people can pretty much sniff that out pretty easily these days. But it's giving you the format and structure that you can actually utilize and then restructure yourself in your own words. So we see here why anxiety can feel so real, and it's basically writing each page of the guide for us. So page 3, the anxiety loop, and specifically what we should be covering so that it actually converts in real time. Then we see step 2, solving it right now. This is all still the guide that it's creating for us, and a calm reminder. So it basically created the product without us lifting a finger. Then we get the quick start section, how to use this guide, where we can actually include this for them to understand. And then the opt-in page copy, headline options, feel stuck in anxiety, start here, how we can basically promote it, the 3 sub-headline options, and what they get. And you can include that so that they understand what they're getting. So for instance, a short, easy-to-read anxiety recovery starter guide, calm way to understand scary symptoms, etc., etc. Who it's for, who it's not for. And then finally, you get the 10 CTA button options. So this is how we can actually promote it in our content for people to essentially, well, not so much to promote, but how they can actually request the guide. So we create these CTA options so that they can ask us in a sense. So instead of start here, they recommend, for instance, the best CTA, send me the free guide. So tell me to send me the free guide and I'll send it to you type of thing. Then the minimal disclaimer, it's extremely, they're being extremely cautious because of the content that we're covering here in terms of anxiety. But in your case, or anyone else's cases, unless you're covering a similar topic, I doubt that would be there. Then the email welcome sequence. So these are the emails that we can utilize to actually start to promote a product after giving them the free guide, is my understanding. So hey, here's your free guide. So when they opt in, you actually send it to them if it's not already on Gumroad. I made this because of one of the hardest parts of anxiety is not just the symptoms. And it breaks down a whole way to be super friendly and create these welcoming, welcoming emails to keep your email list warm. Then we get the value email, and then basically all kinds of emails that we should be sending after the fact once we actually have people on that email list to keep it going to eventually promote the actual guide. So let's scroll all the way down, and then finally a 7-day promo plan for short form. It shows us all kinds of different things that we can do to actually promote the free guide and actually start getting people to download it, which is the whole purpose. So these are all just little ideas that you can utilize. That was the whole point of this prompt as well. And then finally, 3 pinned comment CTAs. So want the free anxiety recovery starter guide, get it here. And just showing you ways that you can promote this free product that it literally helped you create and get people to click and download it so we can get the emails, which is the ultimate goal. So 5 reply to comment scripts. So like anytime that you have like a comment that you want to reply to, they give you a bunch of different options that you can utilize as well. And then finally, a quality check. So the freebie gives you a real quick win, understanding the anxiety loop, etc. And it goes over everything that we've covered. So that's about it. So basically, once again, this prompt is designed to help you answer the series of questions and then create a freebie that you can utilize to get emails. And as I said, it basically, as we've seen, pretty much creates the product for you. You can use that, copy it into Canva or wherever you want to create your product, and in there, my recommendation would be to try to make it sound more human, because like I said, it can be very AI-like. But once you're at that point, you're pretty much good to go. It helps you create the product and give you an idea of how you can start to promote it by listening to all of the recommendations. Then you can always come back to this prompt or the chat where you inputted the prompt and ask it questions about the guide in ways that you can actually improve it, because now it understands exactly what it created for you and how you can make it better in the future. So once again, you can get this prompt in the description of the video or the pinned comment. Once you have it, you simply copy, paste it into ChatGPT, answer the series of intake questions as descriptively as possible, ideally, and then you're pretty much good to go. You'll have your free product and you can start trying to launch it. So hopefully you guys found this video helpful. If you did, please like and subscribe, and have a nice day.